Okay, let's start our today practice session. Yesterday I shared topics for part 1 practice as well as for part 2. Anyone has collected ideas for those topics? Alright, it is okay if you have not collected ideas. We can just directly do the practice and can get ideas from other speakings. I hope so my screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, ma'am, visible.
Alright, so let's start our practice session. Let me open the topic. I have shared that yesterday we will discuss the running topic for part 1. Who would like to do practice? Anyone who would like to
Ma'am, I would like to answer the question. Sorry, ma'am.
Alright.
Actually, I was disconnected from the meeting.
Okay, I have joined from laptop now and I have recorded. Okay, in case I got disconnected, I'm making co-host to do so that recording stay in progress. So let's start our practice. And I would say all of you, any person who is giving answer, try to focus on her answers, get ideas for yourself, and as well as try to give that person feedback in terms of marking criteria. Like if you're able to notice any grammatical mistake, you can tell her. If there is any problem with coherence, like fluency and any other thing, you are free to provide feedback to anyone who is giving answer in our practice session. So let's talk about running. Do you go running a lot?
Well, I usually go for a run 3 times a week, and I prefer to do running in the morning. And every session lasts around 20 to 30 minutes, and it give a great way to start a day.
All right, I have one person here. Okay, one thing I have noticed, I go far run. Run is a what you should say running here instead of run. Okay, I have one person. Like when we talk about shopping, we don't say like go for shopping. We just say I go shopping because for is incorrect there. Like we don't need to use it. We just need to use it directly. I go shopping. So we can't say I go for. So same case is here. If we are using running, go for a run, I think would be okay. But if we are using directly running, for is not suitable here. I think we can see even in the answer. So we don't need to use for here. Same like
Okay, ma'am.
shopping. Here I go to run, I go for a run. But when we talk about running, we should say go
I go
running.
running.
And same is the case for shopping. So let's move further. Where do you usually go running? And you can see in all
Ma'am,
of
any
the.
other mistake?
Yes, ma'am, you can go ahead.
Ma'am, any other mistake you have noticed?
Ma'am, I have not noticed any other mistakes.
Okay, ma'am. Well, I usually go for a run in my nearby park, and it's a quiet and peaceful place. And I usually go in the morning, so it's bird chirping, and few people come for a run, and it was a great experience to run in that place, in that park.
You said before the bird chirping, your answer was okay, but there was some issue. You said so birds chirping and you didn't complete it, and you said two people come here. So either you need to say like I can listen the bird chirping, make a complete sentence, or I just skip this. And then so two people come here. So means we're talking about consequence of something which happened in the previous sentence. So if you're talking about, you can say that I can listen like her bird chirping, then you need to talk about the any consequence which happened previously. I forgot, I lost the context now. Like what was your consequence? Like I go in the morning so that I can enjoy the bus journey. Then you can use so. But if your answer doesn't have any, like not talking about any, you are talking about fact, but there is anything which you want to talk about effect in the next sentence, then you can use so. And if you are saying so few people come, you can say I go in the morning because they are not crowd there. Like I can easily walk in different trains, so you can talk about these things. And don't take any stress. Stay in calm, and when we speak calmly, we are more confident. I would say try to speak confidently, because when we are speaking unconfidently and we are stressed, this is also um, like depicted in our voice. Like listener can understand that someone voice is like shivering or like that. So when why, let's say some people say that we need to be confident while giving answer. Even we know that confident doesn't have any marks, but why people say that we need to be confident when we are giving exam to different examiners? What happens when we are confident? It means we are not stressed. Our voice would be more clear. We are not going to. We are going to perform very good. When sometimes if we are stressed, we are going to use so much fillers. So everything is better. So that is the reason people say we need to be confident while speaking. So many positive things have been seen when people are confident. And this can be achieved if you speak regularly and don't take anything. Just consider it as a casual conversation. And when we try to answer in a casual way, we will perform more better. What was the
Um,
last one? Yes, sir.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes, you may ask, sir.
In the case when a person who didn't go for running, then what should the person do? Either he answer the question in the form of yes, either he will walk for running or not.
It depends on Joe in which context you can have an idea. Let's say, do you go running a lot? I'm not the person who go for a run every day, because I am much busy in my routine, and I did not get much time to go outside. Sometimes I prefer to do some sort of walking in my own home, because it can help me to escape from stress which is caused by my workload. So you have noticed I have answered the question in a way that I do not go running for frequently. So this is the case with me. Like in real, I'm also not going for running. So I have just answered the question in that way. I
Okay,
hope
okay, okay.
you
Okay,
go.
we actually you are saying we can relate the running to our daily life activities. Like if I'm going for duty, and on duty if I walk, then I can relate it with the running.
Yes, it depends on how you're going to answer the question. If you are relating, you can provide the example like whenever you are going to perform running exercise, but try to stick to the relevant to the questions. Don't diverge to other parts of it. Like you can, example, just I have said I do not go frequently for a run due to not having enough time or due to my busy schedule. So you can talk about little bit few words of other thing. Like you can tell about the reason why you are not going for running, but don't divert your answer to another topic.
Uh, is it not feasible to answer, give a generic answer about any question, like in the form of running? Here we have a answer about this question. Can we give this generic answer to the uh, whatever to the listener?
Okay, I have not understand what generic answer you mean. Let me ask the question and you try to give the generic answer, then I will get the idea. Do you go running a lot? Can you answer it generic, which you are saying?
I mean to say in this answer, yes, I frequently go for running. I mean to say, I will ask. I will say that yes, I am going for running. Usually in the morning, I did 15 to 20 minutes running. It will helps me in my to relieve my stress and etc. Like this.
So this is not a generic answer. This is the direct answer of person. I think you are sir trying to ask, can we make a story? Like, can we say anything which is
Ex-
not true?
Exactly, exactly.
Like you said, you don't go for running, but you want to say yes. You can say I go for running almost for an hour every day to boost my productivity, because whenever I go outside and perform some walking, it means I can get relief from stress and I can uplift my mood. So which results to perform better for the rest of the day. So how you can even
Exactly,
make.
exactly. Can we make stories about any question?
Yes, you need to make a story. Let's see, part two has been occurred for a museum and you have not listed. It is not a factual or knowledge test, it is a language test. You need to show language, and if you
Oh,
want to say something, you have ideas. You can make any story and you need to make story. Even if you don't topic.
oh,
So you can't say examiner, you can't say I don't go for running. No, you can't answer no. Even you can't answer I don't go for running. You need to speak at least for 20 seconds for part one person, so that you can show that you have the ability to communicate in this language. Like you know the language well to express your ideas. So you need to answer the question.
okay, okay. Got it, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome. So let's move to the next question. Anyone who would like to answer the question, you can unmute yourself. When was the last time you went running? Okay, let me then answer this question if no one is willing to answer this question. To be
Ma'am,
honest,
can
I
I
didn't.
answer?
Sure, sir, you can answer this question.
Uh, I can't remember last time I went for running. I think it was about 3 to 5 years ago when one of my friend asked me to go for the running. I go with my friend, but for a running, we did 15 to 20 minutes running, but it will disturb my health because I have no prior exercise like this. It will give me a gave me a fever. It was a remembering experience for me.
Okay, one thing you said I didn't remember when I go. You don't need to say go because you are talking about things which happened in the past. Whenever when I went for running, because you didn't remember, you're talking about things which have occurred in the past. So you don't need to say go. You need to say when, and it will cause fever. There was also a problem. You need to say it caused fever, because in the one thing which I've noticed, you were lacking to describe about the thing, like you are not doing this activity regularly. So we use word habitual, because I was not habitual of performing this activity. So this causes to have fever. This cause, now you will use past, because you this is something which had happened in the past. This caused fever and pain in my legs. So I was just stopped after performing this activity. So how you can make a story and can tell about, but make sure when you are talking something about the past, you need to use the past form of it. And even you notice the person is in the past.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, got it.
What do you think of running as a sport?
Well, I think running is the more flexible form of sport because we don't have to pay any membership for that sport, and we can easily do it anywhere, anytime. So I think it's more flexible form of sport.
Oh yeah, ma'am, your answer was good, and in that way, I didn't notice any mistake, and your answer was coherent and organized, like you use everything good. So this is end of the task. Anyone who would like to ask all the part one question from me?
Yes, ma'am. Sure, I will
I
ask.
would every yes, I would say everyone focus on my speaking, and you're welcome to provide me feedback.
Okay. Do you go running a lot?
To be honest, I am the person who do not perform running every day, even rarely due to my busy schedule. However, in the past, when I was a child, I used to perform this activity. Nowadays, I have quit this activity and I am trying to focusing on other things which are more important than performing running.
Okay, ma'am. You said I'm trying to focusing. Uh, is it correct?
I'm trying to focus on, so it should be focused. I'm trying to focus on performing like walking rather than running. I think it's better. So it should be
Yes.
focused without
Yeah.
ing.
I think in the end of the sentence you used a performing. I think the perform is the right word, but I'm not sure about this.
I'm performing. Then in my opinion, that was I think correct. But
Ma'am,
I
what
can,
you said, I don't remember that line.
and I also did not remember, but I spoke based on that. I was saying it might be correct, but I can rewatch the recording and then identify either it was correct or not in that aspect.
Oh, okay.
Okay, ma'am. Where do you usually go running?
I don't have enough space in my home to perform any kind of running. However, there is one park where they have specifically allotted space to do any kind of running exercise. So whenever I have a mood to perform this activity, I usually go to that park.
Okay, great, ma'am. I didn't uh, notice any mistake in your answer. When was the last time you went running?
To be honest, I did not remember exactly when I went for running. I think it is a very long time ago. It might be happened in the past when I was a child, so I can't say anything surely. It might be more than a decade ago when I performed this activity during my childhood.
Okay, great. Ma'am, can you scroll the screen?
What was the last question you asked?
Ma'am, I said please scroll the screen that you have already do.
Oh,
What do
ma'am,
you,
I'm asking what was the last question which you asked from me?
ma'am, I didn't ask any question.
No, no,
What,
last time the answer, the question of the answer which I have given recently. Like, which question do you need now? I have opened all of them
okay,
because I'm not sure.
ma'am, now answer the last question. What do you think of running as a sport?
In my opinion, it is a very good activity to keep you yourself fit. If you are performing for 1 hour every day, it means you are burning 60 calories every day. So if you want to lose weight, I would suggest everyone do this exercise. Even I want to adopt this habit, but unfortunately, I'm not getting enough time to do this.
Well, ma'am, great. Now we can move to the part two question.
Okay, ma'am. Can you tell me about my speaking pace? And one thing I recently came to know, sometimes I am unable to make a difference about punctuation. Like even if we are speaking, we need to make sure that like we need to speak in such a way that it seems natural, as well as it tells you the area which in where my sentence is ending and where my next sentence is started. Like you, nobody can see the punctuation while speaking, but we need to speak in such a way that it can um, become understandable for a listener or examiner that my one point has been ended there and I'm going to start the next point. So I would say whenever I speak, kindly focus on this part of my speaking, because for the next week, I also want to improve in this part.
Okay, ma'am.
And I hope so. Any new participant who join me, I think they can tell more about my clarity, because sometimes we are habitual of speaking and we can easily understand to person whom we are regularly speaking. So I hope so. My all words were clear to you, ma'am, as well as for the new participants.
Yes, ma'am, your words are clear. Your fluency is also good. That shows that you did the work on it.
All right, thank you, sir, for your feedback. So just we can quickly go through the words which we can take for this topic by reading answers, then we will move to the part two. I frequently go running. You can say there's no form of preferred form of exercise. So we can also use one word exercise. After a long day, running allows me to relieve stress and momentarily forget my troubles. The activity, okay, we can say activity word. Physically fit, okay, we can talk about fitness, fitness, it keep me fit positively to my, okay, we can also talk about how it not only helps physically but it also improve our mental well-being, which is very necessary to focus on the remaining activities. So we can get idea how we can talk about. So how they mention why they mention the person is going frequently and why that person is going frequently, because it has a lot of benefits. Like it can help them to maintain their physical fitness, or it improves their mental well-being. I prefer running. Okay, we can say if we are performing something outside, like I mentioned park, so we can also say outdoors. On a treadmill in a gym, so we can also say in a gym, any place, refreshing scenery and fresh air, where I complete around 10 to 15 laps. So we can talk about laps. The presence of other people walking and running motivates me to push myself. So we can also talk about laps here in this context, as well as what other words we got. Physical fitness, physically fit. So these are the different words which we can use to describe this topic. I maintain a regular running schedule for about 4 to 5 days a week, and the last time I went running was just the day before yesterday. This consistency helps me stay committed to my fitness. I consider running to be an excellent sport that offers numerous competitive opportunities, unlike traditional team sports such as soccer, cricket. Running encompasses various events, including track. We can talk about track and field, long distance races in this context. These are the different words we can use in different marathons, sprints, and relay runs. So they are talking about different types of words. It demands hard work, discipline, endurance, making it a challenging yet rewarding pursuit. So we got certain words. Some words we know. We can talk about tracks. We can talk about long distance races. Even we can talk about we can take part in different competitions like long distance races or marathons. So there are different ways to answer this question. Like if you think it is good, we can tell about the reason and how and a person can pursue this activity. Like that person can take part in different activities. So let's move for part two. The topic yesterday I shared was related to we need to describe a place in your city you have been to where you can see wildlife. So let me search where it is in this book. Okay, let me just open the question. If anyone has prepared for this topic before.
Ma'am, it's all about the place. So we used to do practice in on the place topic. So I think it would be easy.
So what I think that was the topic which I have shared yesterday. Describe a place in your city you have been to where you can see wildlife like animal, birds, insects. Place. So we need to describe about any place where we can see. Anyone who would like to answer this question, or should I go first?
Ma'am, you can go and then I will give you
Right.
the answer.
So okay, let me open. Can you let me open? Take the paper and pen. And can you set 1 minute timer?
Yes, sure, ma'am. Wait a minute.
When you will set, kindly let me know.
Okay.
I'm going to make a note so you can set it now.
Okay, ma'am. You can start writing your notes.
All right, ma'am.
Well,
Is
okay,
this
ma'am. Time is up. You can start now.
All right, so I'm going to talk about place where I saw wildlife, and it was almost more than a decade ago. I went to a zoo, which is known as National Zoo, and it was in capital city of my country. It has been a long time ago, so I did not remember much information about the after about my visit to that zoo. But I have seen a lot of animals which were living in wild, but they are being kept in that zoo. And some of the names which I want to share are elephant, lion, and tiger. I think There were so many animals, but I have remembered just few of them. And I think it was for me an amazing experience to see all those animals, as I'm living in a city where I do not get any kind of chance to see such kind of animals. So when I saw first time, I was surprised because I had just saw those animals in pictures and online. I was not able to get a chance to see them in real life. So when I saw them, I was really amazed, like how many variety of animals the zoo has been keeping for a very long time, and it was one of the most popular uh, place among visitors, and every day huge number of people come there to see those animal. I think this is the only place where you can find variety of wild animals, while it is not possible in another parts of my country. In there were many animals who were at the edge of extinction, and many of their zoo brought those animals to that place so that they can start conservation and breeding projects to produce their more generation, and then can leave them to forest where they can grow again. There are many reasons behind this extension due to, and one of major reason is that destruction of their habitats due to mm, devastation. Many company want to build some new mm, fields for oil production, and they are destroying them. So this leads to extinction, and even many animals are endangered by those threats. And one of another threat is poaching. Many people are doing killing animals just for the food purpose, or might be for performing leisure activity. I think government have taken some step, but they should ban it because and make them illegal so that no one hunt them and make harm to those animals. Overall, I would say it was an amazing experience for me to see those animals in real life and touch them. And I saw so many animals, although I didn't remember much of them. And I would say it was my first and last experience. And after that, I did not visit any kind of zoo. However, in the future, I will visit it and try to know more about different kinds of animals which are available in my country, as well as which are brought from different countries, even across the borders. You
Okay,
didn't
ma'am.
have to stop the minute I spoke, and I think this was one of the difficult topic for me to spoke, and I did not prepare before. I just prepared within 1 minute. So I
Actually, ma'am,
want.
you speak for 3 minutes.
All right, so you didn't stop me.
Yes, actually, you go with so I didn't. Okay, ma'am, your answer is great, but I think I describe this question as my visit to the zoo. So for me, I actually think on that topic, like I would got the all my trip and journey of the zoo in this question. Is it okay?
Then
Ma'am,
I didn't get your point. What you are trying to say? It.
Actually, ma'am, as you said, I didn't. It's a hard topic for me to explain.
Yes.
But I said I think we it would be the easy topic if we mention the visit of our visit to the zoo, and how we go there, and how was the journey, and what we saw, what we do.
Yeah, these are the also other things like you can describe about, like uh, how we went through, what which mode we have used, what we saw,
Yes, with
animals that we
we
like.
with whom we were went there.
Yeah, it depends on which ideas comes on the spot, but I think your ideas are also good. Like you can describe about it, and even we can talk about you have fed some animals. I think this is also the one idea we can describe about how we can feed
Yeah.
animals, elephants, any, and how we
Yes,
can
yes.
they were floating like doing swimming over the surface of water. So I think they are different ideas. But how was my answer and everything, my fluency and other things?
Ma'am, in this topic, you make little pause. While grammar is okay, but I feel my concentration is also on the stopwatch. So, yeah. Meanwhile, I feel you take a little pause in that question.
I think
And
punctuation was okay. I think I tried. I believe I have focused much on this, but in my opinion, my punctuation were okay. Like everyone able to understand.
yes, ma'am.
And if I need to speak
Okay,
conscious
ma'am.
on it. Yes.
Ma'am, what is the actual question? Do you ever visit wildlife, or do you see any wildlife in your life?
I didn't remember either. I see. Might be I visited once in my childhood, but I didn't remember exactly anything. So I just make a story and spoke on it. I don't think
Is
so
it
anything was true, but the knowledge, like I immersed many things in this part. Like I have like learn about some. I was learning environment related topic in past days. So what is deforestation and extinction? Some extinctions and endangered species I have wrote while practicing reading models. So I have mixed so many things in one part, whatever to make a story. So anything you can do, whatever is coming. So you can say I have mixed many things in this part. So I don't think so might be I visited one zoo during my childhood, but I did not remember. I just make a story. I named them a nation museum. Nation is zoo.
if the question is related to the tour of wildlife, then can I ask the answer?
Can you ask the answer? I didn't get your question.
I mean to say, if the question is about the touring a wildlife or a location where wildlife exists,
So you can talk about zoo. Even many zoo kept
uh,
wildlife in there. There
let
are multiple people.
let me answer, and then please give me some feedbacks. Uh, uh, in my childhood, I got two chances to visit to different places to see different wildlife. One place is near to my hometown. Its name was had Rana Safari Park that is located in the near the Head Baloki. In the Rana Safari Park, it is like artificial forest where some wildlife are moving openly. There is no cage for any wildlife, but the wildlife was there are in numbers are few. Like there have only deers and some lions and some ducks and small amount of sparrows and parrots. But in contrast to this, on the other place that is located in the Lahore and called it zoo. In the zoo, there are a lots of animals. I mean to say, a lot of many numbers of animals, wildlife animals was present there. Some at that place, the animals are not move openly. They are in the cages. Uh, some interesting things that I enjoyed there was about the monkeys. Monkeys jump from here to there and entertain the audience. And the terrible things and the frightens thing that frightens thing was about the lion. The lion was looking so terrible, and the kids that are like me frightened from that lion. That was my visits that I got in my childhood.
Or I think forgot to note on that time. Anyone has noted? Okay, it
Yes,
is not
ma'am.
a big.
Some grammar mistakes I have made.
Actually, it's
Oh,
my first attempt. I didn't even speak in English before this, not even a single time.
S- s-
so then it was very good if you have spoken this for very first time. I think even many people face many struggles. In my opinion, if you do practice consistently, you can easily improve it and as quickly. So one thing you were saying about in the initial, you mentioned two different types of zoo, and then to talk about variety, you said some deer, some lions, some sparrows. You can say there were variety of wild animals there, such as deer, lions, sparrows. So don't need to say some deer, some lion. You can easily mention a couple of names. But I would say it is better to stick to just one zoo instead of describing comparing two different ones. And another thing, what was you mentioned when you said monkey, and then I didn't get the point at that time.
Actually, I am saying about that monkeys are very entertaining for audience through jumping from here to there.
Or jump is okay. R then it should be were entertaining.
Okay, okay.
Ma'am, can you mention the correcting mistake which you were saying?
Little grammar mistake, but now I forget that particular mistake.
Okay, I would say sir, if it was your first attempt, then it was good, but you need to still work on your voice. Was also have some like lacking confidence. Like your voice seems that you are not confident. I think ma'am, Sumbal and other also noticed that, and try to
Yes,
listen
ma'am.
back. Yeah, this will happen when we are not confident. This is noted. Like our voice shows that either we are confident or not. So when I will upload the recording, I would suggest try to listen back it. I would suggest everyone try to listen back the recording and try to analyze your answers and carefully correct the research, because sometimes if we're listening to someone, we can't notice all the mistakes in one go. So I would suggest I also do try to listen back to my recording. It will help us to listen your voice and do some analysis. So session is also help in another way. Like we don't need to record, so we are speaking on the spot, and everyone we can know how we are doing. Ma'am Sumbal, would you like to go now?
Yes, ma'am. I would like to.
But before ma'am starting, I would suggest I didn't face any issues or like fluency, but make your speech natural for self. I didn't notice many flavors. There were certain good points, and there are certain also weaknesses which you need to work on it. I think you can do it if you just continue this momentum and practice every day and try to focus on improving every day.
Okay, ma'am. Can I start?
Yes, ma'am. Would you like to directly start, or should I start a
Sir,
timer?
ma'am, actually, I like to make a notes.
All right, then you can start it. Ma'am, you can start it.
Okay, ma'am. Uh, there is a small zoo where I have seen wildlife, and the zoo is located almost an hour drive from my home. And I went there with my family back in 2020, and the journey was so enjoyable because with my sibling in the journey during the journey we made laugh of each other, and even we played a music in the car, and we enjoyed a lot the journey. After reaching the zoo, we saw different animal in the cage, and some of were are sleeping and some of were are walking, and little are just sitting. And that time during the summer vacation, so the zoo was quite crowded, and even the most funny thing that I have done there is was to feed the elephant banana. So it was a great experience, and even I clearly remember we heard a roar of lion it was both a thrill and a little scary for me. After the whole round and exploring the zoo, we decided to take some rest and eat something. So we bought some snacks and drink from the canteen, and we take some rest from in the play in that zoo. And as it started dark uh, outside, we okay, ma'am, time is up, you said.
Yes, yes. It
Ma'am,
was.
what's your feedback?
Okay, I would say it was much better than in terms of your song. You at the end, I feel a little bit run out of confidence, but it has improved based on your previous performances, and it you have brought some naturality in this. Like it was striking, and your voice was also not much seen like you are stressed or unconfident. So I think this is the good achievement and very quick improvement in your speaking, and I like it. So one thing, one sentence which I noticed, reading the banana, something like that sentence need to restructure, and we take this. You can say we took the rest. We rested. We took the rest instead of take. So there was some clue. But I would say your use of different vocabulary was also good. I would say overall good. In the areas which were you lacking, they have you have worked on this part. So I would say it is a good attempt.
Ma'am, on which part I need to work?
Ma'am, I didn't understand your question.
Ma'am, I'm asking on which part you suggest me to work. Like you highlight my mistake of took, and what you mention about the feed of elephant.
I was saying that sentence need to restructure was feeding the banana. I did not remember what was the exact, but when you will listen back to the recording, you will analyze that it need to be restructured something.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for the feedback.
Yeah, I think you try to speak as much as you can in different sessions. It will help us to gain confidence, and as much as you can, even in whatever session you get the chance, try to speak as much as you can.
Okay, ma'am.
So I would say thank you all of those who contributed. I think you can all do it. Just do it with us and you just start quite difficult. And I hope so you are much better at your initial stage and you can easily bring improvement. So I think we have 1 or 2 minutes. Let's see what is written here. I marked
Yes,
the
ma'am.
place in my city where I observe wildlife is the local nature reserve. So you can take any area, either it is reserve, either it is forest, whatever. Outskirts of the city. I received there is anyone who would like to describe the word outskirts. Reserve last summer and my family and it was refreshing. Okay, one good was thing about Ma'am Sumal. Ma'am have made a proper story like they started, what they have done, what they have written, and then how they finished and what they were doing. So it was a good thing. Refreshing escape from the environment, urban environment. The reserve is lush area filled with diverse flora of fauna, making it an ideal habitat for various species. So species we can use ideal habitat. During our visit, we encountered a variety of wildlife, including colorful. Okay, we can talk about colorful birds. Parakeets, kingfisher. I think we don't know name of those small mammals like rabbits, squirrels. Additionally, the reserve is home to numerous butterflies and insects that flutter around the vibrant flowers. The answer is describing about both flora and fauna. So you can see they are talking about flowers and plants as well. Keeping a lively atmosphere, the scene walking trails allow to immerse ourselves in nature, and we can even spotted a few deer grazing secluded area. I felt a profound sense of peace and rejuvenation during my time at the reserve. Being surrounded by nature and witnessing wildlife in their natural habitat was both educational and inspiring. Like we can talk about educational, like we learned something new. It reinforced my appreciation for biodiversity and the importance of conserving such environments as they offer a unique glimpse into the beauty of the natural world. So I think we were not able to cover part 3 today. We will try in upcoming space we cover all the part 1, part 2, and part 3. This is the time for the next session. I hope so you learn a lot and you will improve.
Ma'am, I have one question. What time required for making a note? Ma'am, I recorded your time for 1 minute and you stopped me less than 1 minute. So I am confused how much time we need to make a note.
Make a notes time is for 1 minute and 2 minutes for overall answer.